Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com, and we just released or just launched a brand new community site at community.mindfulmarketplace.com. We built it on Ghost, and literally, I just actually put this together in the last 24 hours or so based on this whole new direction that we're taking our platform, which is we're writing a book this summer, which hopefully will be published on August 1st. I was initially hoping to get this out by July, but essentially it's going to be a community curated content book where we're asking our members or strangers, actually, even, we're doing some email outreach, asking people who want to share what mindfulness means to them, what it means to survive and thrive in difficult times. And we want to have difficult conversations on things like compassion, kindness, culture, community, presence, purpose, and peace when the world seems to be falling apart around us all. So, the salience or the relevance of sharing this with you only is that many folks ask us what tools, or ask me in particular. I got 3 emails just today asking for recommendations for building community style sites on WordPress. And I really recommend using something like Ghost if you're building um, a multi-author style community. There are ways in which you can build a directory on something like Ghost as well. I'll show you really quickly the back end of Ghost for those of you who are not familiar with it. But essentially, it all is so smooth and so easy, and it's designed for this, right? And I've said this over and over again. WordPress is not like you're hacking WordPress to build a author, multi-vendor style community. The plugins, the themes, all those things are edge use cases. WordPress is not designed for that, right? I am a dummy when it comes to code, but the code itself is not designed for these, these sites that have listings and directories and marketplaces and all that stuff. It's these outside plugins that power, and they're often made by developers outside of the core WordPress ecosystem or the team that handles all that, right? Ghost alternatively does all this stuff natively, right? So if you go into staff in your Ghost backend, I can invite new members just like this, right? So we're putting together a new platform for kids as well, mindfulness and children, which I have folks working on right now as we speak on the 15th of June. So if I want to send an invitation to that, to the Gmail address we have set up for the email outreach on that. It's that simple, right? This email address will get an invitation from this new community, right? community.mindfulmarketplace.com, inviting them to become authors on this site, right? So then, I can have folks publishing content on this brand new blog that are not me, right? And I don't have to do anything. There's no plugins, there's no configuration, there's no anything. So down here, there would be, right now there's only Ian Hollander, and of course this is broken here, the image, but all that will be, fixed. This literally just launched today. But you can do all this from the back end and just continue to invite more and more people. And all these people have the ability to add their own content to your community. All right. The other things, of course, things like accepting members and subscriptions, email marketing, all this is done with a toggle, right? I mean, it's super duper simple. Connect your Stripe. It's just an API key and a secret key, and you can start taking, you can start getting paid, right? Same thing with subscriptions. You can start getting paid by dint of a simple toggle and filling out how much you want to charge by month, by year, et cetera, right? So something like Ghost is a really sophisticated software as a service publishing platform that you can use to quickly and easily build whatever it is that you're building on a multi-author basis. Now, here's the thing: like people, struggle with this idea of like turning something like this into a directory, right? And Or, let's say a multi-author community where you're selling content. Well, I'm not selling content on this part of our platform. This is not what we're trying to accomplish here, right? We're trying actually to connect with our community, expand our audience, and have meaningful conversations that are not related to entrepreneurialism here, right? So, but if you were, let's say, because I know most people watching this are, I mean, there are, you can just create affiliate. I mean, you can use Ghost's tools to, if I want to add affiliate links, let's say I'm adding my Podia affiliate link here. Right, so I could, so let's say you invited someone and you gave them access to the back end the way I just showed you, right? And you said, hey, for $500 a year, $40 a month, you can add unlimited content, unlimited products, unlimited events, courses, whatever it is that you're selling. You can add them all to your, posts, and you can use our platform to promote your products, your content, courses, coaching, etc. Now there are all kinds of sophisticated ways to do this. So I'm just going to show you, like just brainstorming. Well, let's say I wanted to add. Let's imagine that I was someone that I invited to add content to my own platform, right? So now all of a sudden I could say, if this was my profile, right? It would have all my products, all my posts, all my content, all my contributions underneath me, right? So, okay, so let's just, and again, I'm just doing this in a extemporaneous way just to show you, right? So Ian's example of product, now it's on the front end. And now you would have, this could be whoever, right? And now here's my Mindful Marketplace partners page linked, Podia, my affiliate link linked, right? And when you give people access to the back end of your community, you are allowing them without any intervention, without any, no plugins, no mess, no stress. They can add all their stuff, right? So here is me, and I would have, like, let's say my picture, and then I'd fill out my profile, and you'd have like a little bio, my URLs of interest, my website, and that you can emulate a directory style setup or a marketplace style community this easily, right? Now it's not perfect. It's not a perfect comparison to something like a directory theme on WordPress, but it's much easier, and it's much more efficient, and you can just continue to build. What can you borrow to build? What can you leverage to launch? You can continuously just borrow superior products, platforms, software, and services that are designed for the things that you want to do, rather than trying to configure a tool, WordPress, that's not designed to do those things, right? So, I mean, we still have, right? I mean, I still have, WordPress design, a WordPress, site, right? I mean, that's still an important piece of our platform. We're actually redoing a lot of this as well going forward. I still have, I use Podia, for selling our affiliate program, and for selling memberships, and for selling lots of products and programs and offers, etc. We use you know we use Pathright, but so this doesn't have to be the end all be all of your entire platform, but just make things easy on yourself, right? I mean, don't make everything so challenging where you're spending a lifetime trying to make products that aren't created to fit your needs. I learned the hard way that borrowing other superior tools and tech to do the things that my audience really wanted to do was, far better than trying to, spend all my free time doing stuff that I'm not naturally good at. I'm not a coder. I'm not a designer. I want to create content, build a community, do email outreach, inspire people, write things that people, that change the world, right? I mean, write things that make people think differently, act differently, et cetera, right? Playing with, or fucking with my WordPress installation ad infinitum because I can't get it to do what I want is not the best use of my time and energy. The other thing that I was going to say is, those of you, two things. One, someone sent me an email today about, having trouble with getting the packages set up on their directory theme, right? Like, it's a sequence thing. Like, do you do, this first or that first, or, can you get people to pay first before they pick their packages, or whatever the challenge was. And the truth is, the thing that I discovered 2 years ago was that using Typeform was a much more elegant way of giving people a really great onboarding experience rather than a WordPress theme, right? So no matter how good the onboarding is for the theme you're using, you can use Typeform to collect information and have just a little bit of manual intervention on your side in a completely smooth and sexy way, rather than having to use something like, the WordPress theme, whether it's Will City, My Listing, Listify, Listable, whatever it may be. All of those have their own challenges. So Typeform is a great workaround. It's free, on some plans. I mean, there are free plans, I should say, not free on some plans. And, I pay for a developer license for the year, but you don't need to do that. And you can still collect enough information to build a profitable site. And then, as you're making money, then you pay for the fancier implementation angles or ideas within something like Typeform, or even something like Elliot. And I've been talking about this for a while. Let's see, Elliot is here, Elliot.store, right? And, they're dropping, or they're releasing a whole new version of their platform in a couple of days. Today's the 15th of June. So in 2 days, there's going to be a whole new, incarnation of this platform. I've seen some of what they have done already on this front, and it's really, really great, right? It's a very cool platform. And where it shines is, not so ironically, it does multi-vendor marketplaces really, really well. If it didn't, I probably wouldn't even recommend it. But it allows you to build a multi-vendor, Stripe-enabled marketplace, really, in 3 hours, right? So you can, invite people much the same way that Ghost does this, much the way that Ghost allows you to invite people just like this. So does Elliot, right? So you can just send out, invitations to people in your niche, in your industry, in your local community, saying, hey, would you like to sell your stuff on our platform? All you have to do is sign up with this link, input your Stripe details, you can assign them a commission, and they can start adding products, or you can add products for them and manage the products depending on, the workflow that you prefer. Okay, so what can you borrow to build? What can you leverage to launch? Always ask yourself, these questions, and you'll find there are better answers than you may be currently using. Okie doke. Again, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, hi@mindfulmarketplace.com, or visit us on Facebook at The Mindful Market. And if I'm able to help, I certainly am happy to do so. Have a great day, and thanks again for listening.